actually just installed some new signs in the windows here at Dateline, and it was cool to just kind of let her take the lead on that project. Now, with someone else, or maybe at a different time in my life, that I may not have been as comfortable to say, yeah, you've got this. You're better at this than I am. Go to town. So it was fun to be able to just kind of sit back and let her do her thing and not need to interject myself as the alpha and not need to make sure she knows that I'm in charge, but to just watch her be great at something and let it be okay that someone else is better at something than you are. I'm not always great at that. But I think that, I mean, leaders make leaders, right? Like, that is the true test of leadership. It's a matter of trying to create an atmosphere where leadership is invited from a number of different places. And so I love to go out into the shop and see the different attributes, the different skill sets that each of the people who work here have, to see those kind of come to the forefront and to see situations where they naturally follow and other situations where they naturally take the lead, and to get to foster that environment and not need to just be a dominant figure, but allow them to do what they do. The challenge, of course, is to hold on loosely but not let go, right? Like, I need to empower them to do the best work that they can do without abandoning them. I was in a meeting a few weeks ago, and it was interesting to see how the person leading the meeting was doing their thing, and yet there was another person at the table who was very quietly, and I may be the only person that noticed this because I pay attention to things like this, because I'm weird, but this other person was sort of quietly steering very neatly, and without usurping the authority of the person who was running the meeting or stepping on any toes, they were doing a masterful job of keeping things moving in the most positive direction. And what I realized was this person just had this quiet control, right? They didn't need to do anything flashy to demonstrate they had control, and yet they had the respect of the people around the table. People were eager to listen to them and wanted to know their observations. And how often do we see the opposite happen? Somebody who has authority but doesn't have the respect, right? They have the title on the business card, but no one wants to hear anything they say because they're a figurehead or because they're... And yet there are plenty of other people in the organization who, without the title, are quietly leading. And so I just love to see that. I love to see people who can put their ego aside to accomplish something great and to lead. And once in a long while, I get to be one of those people, but for the most part, I'm definitely wrestling my ego more than I would like to. Anyway, we've got new graphics in the windows and they look really cool. You should come by and see them.